Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore with your host, Brian K. Morris, independent publisher, freelance hybrid author, award-winning playwright, and former mortician's assistant. Beware, beware. That might not be a phone jingling in your pocket. Join the Nevermorians for morning mischief and madness at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 Central. Your sense of humor is the only thing you need to wear.
Now we got it. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the August 19th, 2020 edition of Nevermind the Furthermore with me, Brian K. Morris, your host. Anyway, whether you're watching us live or on the reruns, thank you for being here. We do appreciate it. And if you're watching on the Rising Tide page, Geek Insider, or Indie Event, or my profile page on Facebook, please like this broadcast because it helps beat the evil algorithms that have been set up against us. And also, your friends can see the amazing people that you hang out with on here, okay? And not me, okay, really. And if you're watching us on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel, and please give the video a like and punch that bell, hear it ring, and set yourself up so that you can be alerted when I make further appearances on the tube of views. Anyway, you never know where we're going to wind up next. So anyway, this show is brought to you by Rising Tide Publications and GeekInsider.com. Good morning, everyone. Hope you're having a splendid Wednesday so far. We are ready to defy the HUMP-age here. We are going to get through this week, damn it. So anyway, hope you're having a great one this morning. Hope we can help it be a little better as we go. And we're going to be helped by Teresa Dunn. Mwah! Glad to see you, Teresa. Good morning, Brian and fellow authors. Teresa, always a pleasure, darling. And she's talking to us from Facebook, and talking to us from YouTube is Carl Witzman, another great author. Glad to see you. Good morning, everyone. Carl, a pleasure as always. And good morning, fellow Brian. Well, Mr. Brian Rodman, it is a pleasure and a delight to have you here. Hope your morning is going swimmingly, as is Adrian Johnson. Good morning to you, my friend. Hope all is well. And Russell Allen, Russ Explode, and Xenonite Titan.com. Good morning, Nevermorians. Good morning to you, my friend. Hope your morning is going well. And good morning again from Carl Witzman, now on Facebook. He's everywhere. He's everywhere. And good morning, all. Mwah, Amy Hale, always a delight, sweetie. And I was thinking last night, we got to get you back on Clever Title Pending. Hope you all watched that last night. We had Jen Thompson of Neo Leaf Press and the Indie Author Book Expo. And it was a lively couple of hours. And we think you'll dig it. Please watch it. And next, this coming Tuesday, we're going to have... make sure, I had my schedule right. Jason Nugent, USA Today best-selling author. He's going to be talking about the tricks of the trade and what you can do to propel your work to the next level. So please tune in this coming Tuesday at 8 p.m., 7 p.m. Central. And there he is, the legendary Christian Basil. It's Wednesday. Let the humping begin. Oh, yeah, brother. We are so ready for that. Some of us more than others. Anyway, Christian, it's good to have you here. Don't forget, folks, the legend of the traveling TARDIS.com. Hashtag become part of the legend. And good morning, Orko from Robert Batey. Robert, thank you very much. You see, I finally used your illustration. If you like the illustration that graced this broadcast today, please contact Robert Batey. He is very, very talented. He is, and I appreciate you sending that to me, Robert. Notice I gave you credit too, because that's how we roll. And Clyde Hall says, hello, Nevermorians, hump day away. We are all about that, Clyde. Hope you are having a great, great day, and happy post-anniversary to you in Virginia. And Carl Westman, Amy Hale posted a blurb to her page and asked for opinions, and she got them. Yeah, that'll teach her. No, Amy was getting some feedback for a blurb that's going to be coming or being put on the back cover of her upcoming novel, and I'm really excited because she's been telling me what it's about, and I'm really keen to read it. It is going to be a beaut. It really is, and she's shown off part of the cover. This is going to be a game changer for her. I really feel it, and we're looking forward to further success for Amy Hale and for all of you, actually. Kopepe. Oh, rise above, my friends, rise above. Anyway, we've got our coffee ready. We are ready to do this thing. And Carl Witzman says, now I want to never ask the interwebs for opinions. Now I know to never ask the interwebs for opinions. Yeah, because you get smart asses like me on there coming on with, tossing in not just their 2 cents, but everybody else's. And there he is, David Atkins, talking to us from YouTube. I like being human with mistakes, says David Atkins, because those who were saints were murdered. Oh, that's a good point. St. Teresa is the only one that wasn't, but any mistake made seems to follow us. Why is the mistakes all they remember? Because people are into Schadenfreude and tearing down those who are successful. That's what the cancel culture is all about these days, sorry to say. So what you gonna do, right? Other than just live your life, and if you make a mistake, you apologize. People do come back from mistakes. Just, don't forget, President Richard Nixon was impeached, or about to be impeached. He left the office in disgrace, and 20 years later, he's considered an elder statesman and talking to David Frost. So anyway, times change. Carl Witzman, sleepyhead, night owl. Carly will get here eventually. Well, don't wake her up, Carl, if she's had a rough night. So, we will be awaiting her when she does arise and grace us with her presence. And Jeffrey Hayes, an amazing artist. Glad to have you here, my friend. And morning all. Hope everyone's having a great Wednesday so far. We're planning on having an incredible day. We're getting some stuff off of the plate, and I'm tackling a project that Jeffrey is. I'm finally going to put it together, and Jeffrey's going to be involved with it. What project is this? Well, let's just not say. We'll probably drop the lines. We'll probably drop the hints anyway. Doc Saga. Anyway, Russell Allen, call to action. Please go check out Rodney Fike's Kickstarter Roadkill Rampage. 30 hours left and $150 from unlocking the final stretch goal. Please help unlock it for everyone and get digital copies of several other awesome books already unlocked. Very cool. That's going to be a good book. I've already pledged to that, and I think everyone should do. Russell, if you can put in a link to that, and you do. Good man. You are so ahead of me, Russell. We'll leave that for a moment or two. Please check that out, or go to Kickstarter and look up Rodney Fike, Fyke, or Roadkill Rampage. That's a good-looking horror book there. I'm really excited to see it. Also, while we're talking about crowdfunding, our good friend Luke Stone has launched a Indiegogo campaign for his trade paperback of the first 5 issues of Hybrids, the Sons of Gods. And he's got some alternate covers to the trade paperback, including a holofoil one, which I'm looking at. That looks pretty sweet. And also, if you pledge right now, you'll get a little knockdown on the price of your thank you gift. All right. So what was 40 is like now 35, things like that. So please contribute generously, because Luke Stone's a great guy, as is Rodney Fike. And please support indie creators, because the big companies let us down during the start of the My Sharona, Miley Cyrus, Peter pandemic, and now they are hitting the happy trail harder than ever. And Dan Stockwell, glad to see you. Thank you for showing up last night on Clever Title Pending, and hopefully you'll find stuff to enjoy on this show too. Anyway, please comment. We'd love to hear from you. All right. And speaking of people we love to hear from, there's Tracy Rosa. Hope to see you Friday morning. Best of the morning to you, Brian. Missed you the last few weeks. Been busy. Well, you've probably been writing, dude. Also, Tracy's got his a lot of irons and a lot of fires. And anyway, Tracy, hope to see you Friday at the entrepreneurs meeting. Yes, here in Lafayette, there is a monthly meeting of local entrepreneurs, of which I am one. And so is Tracy. What is it? Cookie should be coming along this month too, so that should be a lot of fun. And so as a result, Friday we might be a few minutes late, but please don't panic, okay? David Atkins says, so tired of everyone making people apologize for dirty laundry, and now we have to keep paying for that one mistake that wasn't never one until now. Dire Straits were right about humans. Yeah, humans suck. They really do. I'm glad I'm not one of them. But the thing is, though, ideas change. And yeah, I've said some things that in retrospect weren't kind. And they were thoughtless. And I think it is actually a good thing. I don't say I disagree with cancel culture in the extreme. because it does not. A lot of it does not accept the capacity for forgiveness. Uh, and I think that we need to have that. We need to be able to forgive people. I mean, look at um, President Clinton. I mean, he admitted he was a serial womanizer and was impeached. But he's given credit. He kind of owned up to it. He has admitted he's made mistakes. And I'm thinking of other people like James Gunn, who directed the first two Guardians of the Galaxy movie and is currently waiting release of the new Suicide Squad movie, which I'm really keen to see. I'm looking forward to seeing what he does with that. But anyway, James Gunn, he said some thoughtless things back in the day, but he apologized, he owned up to it, and he's moving forward. He got hit by the cancel culture, and he bounced back. He pushed back against it. So Kofefe. So as long as we have the capacity for forgiveness, I think that is essential. And anyway, moving on from that serious subject, dang it. Anyway, Amy Hill, I'd love to join you again on Clever Title Penning. I'd love to be joined. We will talk. I'm going to send you. I'm going to send you some word once I unearth my scheduler. So anyway, yeah, we gotta get the band back together. Maybe we'll have I want to have you on at least once every couple months, Amy. I think that would be fun. Plus, you got a release coming up soon, I hope, because my Kindle craves it. Anyway, Carl Witzman, I suggested that Amy Hill take out one word. Some writer rewrote the entire blurb. Now I know how to get something written for free, though. Yeah, just ask a whole bunch of writers, is this any good? And next thing you know, they've written your whole damn book for you. I felt very proud of myself for being as restrained as I was. Amy put her back cover blurb out for the public to see and ask for suggestions. And I know, and God bless these people that wanted to completely rewrite the thing. Now I have the advantage that Amy has kind of kept me in the loop about the book. I'm excited by it. I really can't wait to see that thing released. And the cover is OMG gorgeous. It is evocative as hell. And really, really is exciting. And I'm really thinking this is going to be the level upper for Amy, who's already had so many wonderful, well-deserved successes, and I'm looking forward to many, many more because I've been telling people, I've learned everything I know from her. But anyway, yeah, I just suggested something about verb tense, and I recanted. Yeah, I'm like, I can live with that. But passive verbs. I really have a thing about passive verbs. Now we talk with passive verbs, like, we were at the store. We were attending a funeral. I was reading a comic book. Where in writing, I'm more pulp guy. I'm more let's get this thing going sort of guy. So rather than take the time to say, well, I was reading a comic book, I just say I read a comic book. And it gives it more immediacy, gives it more power, and saves you a word, saves you space. You put more good words in. So yeah, you gotta watch out for us writers. You never know what we're going to do. And Dan Stockwell says, hi Dan, how are you doing this morning? Hope you're having a fantastic morning so far, and I hope the day is only going to get better for you. And by the way, people, if you're watching this, please, like I said, like and subscribe wherever you're seeing it. And also, while you're here live, please put in a link to what you've got going. Do you have a book coming out? Do you have an Amazon author page? Do you have a business you own? Do you have someone that you know who you think deserves greater recognition, but they don't really promote themselves, and you think someone should, so it ought to be you? Or a charity that's close to your heart? Put it in the comments. Or a Kickstarter that you've got going, or a friend of yours has, like Rodney Fike has a army of people who have been spreading his word, and good for Rodney. I hope you guys come through with me if I ever get around to getting a comic book finished. Anyway, Dan, glad to have you here. It is always a pleasure to have fresh souls for the reaping here. Anyway, it is cool to see you here, and I hope you make us a habit. Amy Hale, the good news, you don't have to use the suggestions. And that's true. That's true. And I don't think anybody gets bent out of shape if you don't. I got some good ones though, including yours. Thank you. Well, thank you, Amy. I'm glad to have helped. I think we now have it. Yeah, that was a really strong blurb to begin with. Um, but the thing is, you take out the passive verbs, we have more room for your picture, Amy. Anyway, Carl Witzman says, "Wake her up." Oh hell no! What was she practicing for the drunken rant on Friday? What? Anyway, if you're a member of Uncle Carl's Secret Humor page, you have this Friday to look forward to at 8 p.m., 7 p.m. Central Time, when Uncle Carl and Aunt Donna get on the drunken rant and hilarity ensues. And I'll be praying for Kamiko to come back. I've been following that poor waif. I believe I saw her at the, what is it, the BC Osaka buffet restaurant in Merrillville, Indiana, this last Sunday. She waited on us, and she was really cheerful. Wasn't playing with bowling balls or nothing, but she was happy. She was vibrant. I think she's really appreciating the fact that the spotlight's no longer on her, and she can take some time to contemplate her life choices and still be in service to the public as she was on the Tokyo Bikini show. So anyway, so yeah, I don't blame you. Oh, and speaking of places we're going to be, this coming Saturday at 11 p.m. Eastern, I'll be joining Phil Locklear on the Demon Phil talk show this coming weekend. It's going to be a lot of fun. Phil is a great guy. He's shown up here several times, and it's going to be a great time, and we do hope you'll join us. And Teresa Dunn says, Amy, so happy for you. See, that's the thing I love about the writing community more than any other. And there are exceptions, of course, but they are so minimal that the writing community is so inclusive. And the most of the ones I've encountered, they don't care what your gender is. They don't care what your age is. They don't care what your position is in the ladder of success. They're warm and they're welcome, and I've gotten a lot of inspiration. The least I can do is try to pass it on. Folks like Amy and Kathy Jackson, and Jason Nugent and Jen Thompson from last night's Clever Title Pending. Please watch that show. It was such a fun time. I think anyone who was there will agree. And Tina McGinnery, good to see you, Tina. Mwah. Pardon me. Good morning, friends, she says, as well she should, because it is morning as we speak this. In for my morning sneak at work, and then back to listening. HR, avert your gaze. Thursday is the last day of the Roadkill Rampage Kickstarter. We are $163 from next stretch goal, and doing one last push to unlock the enamel pin. Thank you again to everyone for all your support, pledges, and shares. This has been a fun and exciting experience, and we have done so much better than I could have ever hoped for when I started down this path. Please check out that Kickstarter campaign. Like I said, I am a contributor to it. I am backing this project because I adore Tina, and Rodney's a great guy, and they're both crazy talented people. So please support indie creators, whether it's books, novels, art, music, whatever, because that's where the real creativity in this country is heading. So anyway, Tina, congratulations on your success so far, and please use my page again, like I said. Anyway, check them out. Hasm Productions are putting on this show, and it's a really good looking book. I'm really looking forward to my copy. And let's see, what else can I say about it? Not much, except please, in the final hours, check out that Kickstarter link and support that book. I would, and I'm urging my Nevermorians to check it out. All right, check it out, and the Luke Stone trade paperback for Hybrids, the Sons of Gods. And Tina has more. Yes, more. Also, if you haven't checked out Robert Hickey's Kickstarter for Paradox Wars, he has less than 10 hours left and just unlocked another stretch goal. Be sure to check it out before it is too late. Yes, check out these great Kickstarter things here. In fact, maybe we'll have a Clever Title Pending where everyone comes on and talks about their Kickstarter. We'll just hustle people in and out of the room, and y'all line up and get your Kickstarters mentioned and talk about it. You see, that's the one thing. Tina takes the time. Now, here's a hint, and we're going to do a video on this soon. Here's a hint for people that are doing a Kickstarter. I see so many people that just come in to shows like this and others and just, hey, I've got a Kickstarter. Here's the address. See you, bye. Who cares? Who really cares? Tina has taken the time for us to get to know what a lovely lady she is and what a great personality, great sense of humor, great tolerance for the host, and just every positive quality in the book. And when she comes in, and it's because of her that and Rodney that because Rodney's a good guy and he's checked in too. And stuck around and talked, and it's people like that. I'm going to give their Kickstarter a look. Luke Stone is the same way with his. You come in, you talk with everybody, and you tell me, hey, I've got a Kickstarter. You know what? I like you. I'm going to go check you out, And I do, and many people do. But you get somebody who comes and goes, I've got a Kickstarter. I insist that you support it and then just leave. Those people, I'm starting to weed those people out. And there's a couple of people I've been supporting for a long, long time that, I'm tired of, them treating all of their on-air ramblings as promotion. It's better than no promotion at all. I will give you that. But by the same token, I've only got so much money I can spend on this stuff, as we all do, and people tend to buy from you if they like you. All right, and there's a hint for us all. Anyway, Amy Hale tells Carl that one word was a great suggestion. I plead the fifth on the rest. Yeah, probably after reading all of them, you probably need a fifth after that. And Amy is probably going to be a little more circumspect about asking for advice again, maybe. But no, it's also a great way to get people intrigued about your project. Give them a little taste. It's just like dope peddlers. There's a lot we can learn from dope peddlers. Now, there is a statement that will bite me in the butt come Judgment Day. But no, samples are usually free. They deal directly with their audience one-on-one rather than really waiting for a middleman or person to do it. Let's be fair. And some of them are wildly successful, and plus they hook you on the product and then do their best to exceed your expectations on it. So anyway, I'm going to move on. I really went down the rabbit hole on that one. Anyway, the reader has joined us, Paul Roof. Good to see you. Good morning to all of you talented people. What? Nothing for me? Come on, Paul. Geez, you get one story in it, and all of a sudden you're too good for us. Good God, man. Anyway, no, seriously, Paul, congratulations on getting your published work in the new book from Stormgate Press. Go to stormgatepress.com and check out what they've got coming up. And Christian Basil says, every time I hear stretch goal, my pants post dining at the Golden Corral. Yeah, mine too. There's a reason why I don't go into many buffets. Actually, right now, buffets, I've been in two since the Peter pandemic started. And both of them, no longer let me take that back. Let me walk it back a little. I was in BC, Osaka Sunday with Cookie and a friend of ours, and a great place, delicious food. And you could always order off the menu, but most people went through the buffet because it was so amazing. But now it's just menu items, but they bring you so many extras. It's like I'm sitting there and they say, oh, you get a cup of free soup, and I'm like, cool, lay it on me. Oh, we have free appetizers. Oh, by the way, you get a free dessert, and it's like, wow, above and beyond. Whereas we went to another here in Lafayette, it's a chain called Who Hot. I know there's also one in West Des Moines, Iowa, and it's a Mongolian grill buffet where you choose the ingredients and they cook it for you on a great big iron griddle. It's amazing, amazing food there. But now they have like a checklist, and you tell the person what you want, how many ladles of the sauce you need in there, et cetera, and then they still cook it up, but they bring it to your table. It's really cool. It's really good concept. But yeah, stretch goal. Yeah, I should be buying a size larger too if I kept going to the buffets, which is why I stay away whenever possible. Carl Witzman says I should post. My story starts. It was a dark and stormy night. But what should I add after that and let someone else write it for me? Well, there you go, Carl. There you go. Then now that's real crowdsourcing there. Forget money, man. They'll just put your book together and then you hit them up. Hey, you've got a piece of this book. You want to give me some money to get it printed? And here we go. Brian Rodman has an announcement. We are in the final 33 hours of the Kickstarter campaign, Memoirs of an Angel, issue 6. It's a horror fantasy comic book series that's like Lord of the Rings meets The Exorcist. Holy cats, you got a tagline to kill for there. There are plenty of awesome tiers, including a couple of catch-up tiers to make you newcomers feel right at home. Oh, please, if you haven't already. Okay, Brian, you've got that link in there. Good man, Brian. Good man. You have learned. And now there's another example. Brian's come in here and interacted with us, and I like the guy. So Brian, I'm going to check that out. I've really got to check that out. Brian, if you want to, please post something on my profile page, okay? And let's get it out to the Nevermorians. All right, we got to support our own here. David Atkins says, I found some wisdom off a video game. Amazing. A man's life doing what he believed was right is making thousands happy. Is the villain of 5 people not happy and it is killed for it? Sounds right. Oh, David, somebody didn't take their happiness cinema today, did they? Anyway, oh yeah, but there is a great song. I don't know why it triggered this, but there's a Broadway musical called, or actually it's off Broadway, I think, but it's called Title of Show, and it's about 2 guys writing a play about 2 guys writing a play. And one of the songs is it's been a while since I've heard it, but it's something like, I would rather be 8 people's number 1 writer than 800 people's number 8. So, if you're making people happy, that's the main thing. Someone who makes me happy is Amy Hale. By the way, for those of you who don't know, Brian aggressively hates passive verbs, which hates is an active verb. That's cool. Like he wants to murder them in their sleep and feed them to the rest of the verbs. That's right, by God. I do. And when those other verbs like excrete the verbs, I want that expression eaten by pigs. You know what I'm saying? I want no trace of it to exist whatsoever. Yeah, I really do. I have a thing against passive verbs in my writing. Now, I recognize there are times when you should use them, and there are times when you have formed a sentence where you just can't get out of it. But like you have writers like Elmore Leonard who are saying don't use them. And I did a novella one time where I took out I wrote it, and then I took out as many passive verbs as I could get away with, given the limitations of my talent. And I had enough for a decent sized short story. Really, it was really amazing. I trimmed it by a couple thousand words, to be honest. So that was quite the revelation, and the writing had more power, more immediacy. And I'm like, I'm onto something here. I'll tell you something, Amy. I've got a buddy of mine, Jim Beard, who writes. He's a publisher and a great writer. You all have to check out his his work. It is really amazing. But anyway, Jim writes for Marvel.com, which is Marvel Comics website, and he does a lot of their hero histories. And his editor will not allow one single passive verb in there, maybe unless it's a quote. But Jim has turned in pieces with one passive verb, and the editor has kicked it back, saying, "Get rid of it. Find another way to say it." Now that's the type of skill it takes to do that. I am in awe of Jim. But anyway, again, check out Brian Rodman's comic there. And it's in the final 33 hours, Memoirs of an Angel, issue 6. And you don't have to worry about issues 1 through 5. He's going to take care of you. And let's see, Amy Hale, once upon a time. Oh no, I'm stuck. I'm going to go online today, and there once was a girl from Nantucket. Can you guys help me finish this? That'll take care of my erotica title. I think you ought to post that, Amy, and see what you get. I'll tell you, something I threatened to do, and we may have, I thought about doing it as a clever title pending, but I think we'll just make a special show of it. I will announce the time. And we might go onto YouTube with this. And the idea is that we would set up in StreamYard. See, the thing is, we're allowed, there is like a waiting room to get in. And then as the director, quote unquote, of the operation here, I can pull people in and kick them out again. I'm thinking we might have a round robin story where I start it and we try to finish it that night. Maybe do a short story. And the idea is that we would work on getting it published. We'll publish it through Rising Tide as an experiment, and the proceeds will go to a charity. Okay, I think that might be fun. So, and Russell Allen says, beat you to it. You're way ahead of us. And hashtag, thank you, Christian Basil, bring Cookie home. Hashtag, bring me to Sarah's home. I happen to have her home address, Christian. It's okay to be jealous. And Teresa thanked Amy Hale, congratulated Amy Hale, and Teresa gets a thank you from Amy Hale and a welcome. Right, you're welcome back from Teresa. This could go on all day. I love to watch. Anyway, Robert Batey, I'm officially living the movie Footloose. JB has banned dancing in Illinois. Oh, he's probably just banned the assembly of dancing. The venues. But I still got to give, it's one thing about your governor, J.B. Pritzker, that he makes 2 steps back, but then he does something and gives him a step forward, in my opinion. I do like the idea that, and this is fun, J.B. Pritzker, the governor of Illinois, he has, or was going to, I don't know if he actually went and did it, but he was going to sign an executive order as governor that would make assaulting a store employee who tries to enforce mask rules, that the assault would become a felony under Illinois state law. I'm not saying that sort of news excites me for all the right reasons, but...
So let's go.
My nippies got hurt.
Mine too. Anyway, so I think it's a positive thing, and this would mean that if you go into a Walmart, they insist that you wear a mask before coming in, and you take a swing at them. Guess what? You could be looking at 5 years in state prison and a possible $50,000 fine, which makes me giggle. Anyway, Carl Witzman, I have seen my doppelganger in real life, Amy. Spooky stuff. I tried to get over to meet him, and he took off. Scared him too. Oh my goodness, yeah. Oh, I feel your terror, young man. And David Atkins, to forgive and forget and offer a hand to those fallen is not possible now. Prisoners with a record are not given any hope even after their debt is paid. That is severely inhumane. Experienced it. Yes, I agree with you that when I feel if you do your time, if you have committed a wrong and you do your time, you take your punishment, then you should be forgiven. Nothing says you need to forget, but you should be forgiven. Amy Hale, my reader group isn't full of writers, though Carl Witzman, it's mostly readers with some writers sprinkled in. Yeah, we're outnumbered there, but that's okay. And reader equals frustrated writer. Well, that's the thing. When I was growing up, and I quoted this in my... I believe I quoted this last weekend when I was doing some on-air work for MALPD FanFest, that when I was growing up and getting some experience with comic book fandom at the time, the ongoing phrase was 95% of all comic fans want to work in comics, and the other 5% are lying. But speaking of somebody that works in comics and does a damn fine job of it, Eric Hawkins, good morning, peoples. Good morning to you, my friend. Hope you are doing well. Check out his virtual store on Indiegogo for the Zombieful World of Oz. Dear God Almighty, you are depriving yourself of one of the best reads in comics around. I think it has now become my favorite comic, and not just because I'm the quote-unquote editor. But anyway, it's a fantastic concept. He does a great job with it. David Atkins continues, look at the sudden hate J.K. Rowling is now getting. The public has been given too much power to too few. One person makes a stink and suddenly gets thousands to back them to hate someone for crap. Well, yeah, that's true. That's true. That's part of the cancel culture anymore. It's a bunch of people who feel powerless and are working their best to bring other people who are more successful and harder working down. Not that I have an opinion on it. Teresa Dunn says, stay tuned for Poetry Expressions 2, coming soon to a store near you. That's right. Current progress report on Poetry Expressions. Teresa's editor has finished with the rearrangement of the manuscript, and it is now in the control of the Rising Tide lead interior designer, book designer, i.e. Cookie, And as soon as that is done, we will have a formal page count, at which point we will uh, completely configure her cover. Teresa has written her back cover copy. And once we get that assembled and sent to Teresa for approval, we will get Teresa up to speed um, on setting up her Kindle Direct publishing account. So proud of you. Anyway, Carl Wisman, we will have an update on Kamiko's life. Oh, good. I worry about that girl. And if I find out that she's moonlighting from BC Osaka, I will feel okay about it. I will. I didn't ask her to model any swimsuits for me. I probably should have. I didn't want to embarrass her because she had my ice cream. Amy Hale, for clarification, I asked for opinions on the blurb. Does it pull you in, or does it need more to entice you to check out the book? That's all I asked for. And then some people just felt they had to edit, right? But then again, I got some great suggestions and have implemented them in the final versions. And I think I did say that I liked it. I liked that blurb a lot. I just felt it could be tightened. Didn't need to be rewritten. Anyway, but God bless those who thought they should. You as a writer, says David Atkins, you can make your own story, and then the public changes something in your story that you never intended, and you call it out, and then you are the enemy, though it is your story. Stupid. That's why I don't worry about that sort of thing. I'm just going to go my politically incorrect way and letting them just fight themselves. And Russell Allen, I'm excited to announce book 1 of Xenonanite Titan is done. Yes, good man. Doing my final edit before sending it to the editor. Coming this fall. Please follow my journey on the Facebook page, Russ Explode. Keep reminding us, Russell, that's what it's all about. Good man. And Carl Witzman on YouTube is saying, letting Brian catch up. That should be a task, shouldn't it? Good luck to that chumper and seeing if he can catch up. Anyway, John B. Pica says, good morning, Multiverse Citizen Pica. Always a pleasure, sir. Hope your morning is going well. Christian Basil says, they don't care what your position is. Drink. Okay. And speaking of things that you ought to know about,
this is the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to us wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. Also catch us on the HWWS Web TV YouTube channel. Subscribe today and become part of the legend.
Definitely check that out. Hashtag become part of the legend. Great work there. Philip Thompson says, good morning. Good morning to you, Philip. Hope your morning's going well. Russell Allen has a link to XenonaniteTitan.com. Please check it out. Check out the great work of Russell Allen. Clyde Hall, new projects. I've been a comic book reviewer for a while now, but this year I'm stretching into short story anthology, fiction, and comics. I submitted a story for the upcoming Brian K. Morris helmed Doc Saga anthology, and we're going to get that read this week, and we're going to get that worked up, and I am so excited to read that, Clyde. You have no idea. I've been kind of glancing at what I've got while I'm trying to get some of my other projects out of the way so I can give this my full attention. Oh, I'm going to be so proud to put that out. I seriously am. David Atkins, people seem to have selective memories. They remember shows they like in a certain light, excuse me, and yet no one complained about sex during Game of Thrones, yet they complain about objectification in film and games. Some people do, some people don't, but that's the way it goes. And I do not have a Kickstarter, but thinking about, John, it's worth trying. You lose nothing. Really, because if your Kickstarter campaign doesn't succeed, you're not charged for it. It's only if you are successful that they take out their percentage. So I got an Indiegogo Go Back It. Yes, definitely. And bye. Well, nice knowing you. Don't, okay, he's out of the room. Listen, that thing's a piece of crap. Don't read that thing. Oh my God, I've got scars on my eyeballs. No, anyway, no, seriously, the Zombiful World of Oz is a great, great book. It's so good, I'm surprised Eric came up with it. But anyway, it should have been done by Billy Tucci. Anyway, but no, Eric did an amazing job on it. I am seriously so freaking proud of him. I really am. But don't tell him that because he's not here now. He just said so. And John B. Pica mocks us with his laughter. And Christian Basil, support my Kickstarter. No money involved. Someone made fun of my hair. I'm going to start kicking their ass. And see what they did? See what they did to poor Christian? They made him cry. Damn him. And Ultraman supports you. What do you think of those people that made fun of Christian, Ultraman? Oh, they're number one? Wait a minute. Holy cats. We gotta have HR. HR's calling. Ultraman, please report to HR. Anyway, Joe McKeel of Stupid O'Clock is here, and tomorrow night he's going to have another great Stupid O'Clock. Watch and occasionally he pops in with stuff from NASA and Elon Musk about the various hijinks in space going on, which is exciting as hell. Now you know what it feels like to have grown up in the 60s with me. And NASA has a press release by Jingo. I'm reading it till the ink comes off the page. But anyway, check out Stupid O'Clock Thursday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, and also on Saturdays starting at 11. Which unfortunately I will be busy that night. I'll be on Phil Lockler's show that night, but I do want to get back to a Stupid O'Clock because it's great after hours convention talk. It is everything and anything. It is so cool. And I don't like asking people for money in my creative endeavor, says Robert Batey. I do. It's called sales. No, actually, I do. I do like the Kickstarter thing for a number of reasons. I do like crowdfunding. It's kind of fun. And it allows you to come in contact with new people, expand your circle, and also to it's not like I'm cyber panhandling. I am offering people stuff in exchange for what I do. And in a lot of cases, especially in the next Kickstarters I'm thinking of, they're going to get more than just a book or a comic book. We are looking at some really cool swag. We've been inspired by people like Eric Hawkins and Luke Stone and all really cool things coming up. And also Cindy Kep, who ought to be showing up soon. And Christian Basil says Russell Allen. And you say it 2 more times, he will pop up behind you and laugh. And David Atkins, in writing, if you have a person who is too perfect, they are a Mary Sue. If they are a hero, they find the corruption in them. I am so sick of people not taking the mote out of their own eyes. Yeah. Brian, says John, and I say, yes, John. He said, yes, I post a work in progress as a free taste. Now that we've finished 12 weekly installments of the League of Impossibles, I'm going to be working on a video trailer this weekend. Well, good deal, John. Good way to move forward on that. And I have to say that you and Bobby Nash have inspired me. I am working on a piece of fiction that I'm going to be doing in monthly installments and seeding my Patreon page. I'm not really actively promoting it yet. I have certain benchmarks I think I need to achieve before I really try to push that again. But part of it will be a kind of a twist on a old public domain character. We only get about 3 or 4 episodes into it because I'm going to be writing it on the side, and it's going to be basically first draft fiction, meaning minimal editing. So it's going to be rough, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I think people are going to dig what we're planning to do. And there she is, Carleen. The dead are among you again. Mwah! Glad to see you resurrected, darling. Hope you had a good morning, what you didn't sleep through, and hope your day is looking good. Carleen, it is always a pleasure to have you here. She's watching us on YouTube for better sound, better picture, better everything. And Clyde Hall says, Charles F. Millhouse at Stormgate Press accepted a story I submitted to his Pulp Reality #1. And I just scrolled past it. Man, am I behind. Sorry, folks. Excuse me. Let me start that again for Clyde Hall. Charles F. Millhouse at Stormgate Press accepted a story I submitted to his Pulp Reality #1 anthology magazine. Ted Davies is working on art to go with my entry. Good choice. And if you like 1960s films and pulps at the dawn of the Cultural Revolution, my original hero may be your cuppa. So check it out at Stormgate Press. That's going to be a great magazine. I'm going to be in #1 also, and so is Bobby Nash. I am doing an original Captain Hawkland story, which is a creation of Charles F. Millhouse, and I got some good remarks from it, so I was happy just for that. And Carl Weston says Carly lives, and Carly says I didn't say that, Carl, and didn't even have coffee. For the love of God, Carly, get to the coffee pot now. We'll vamp until you get back. We understand, dear Lord in heaven, how we understand. And a quick good morning to everyone from Jessica Johnson. Mwah! Glad to see you here as always. John B. Pica says, so I've been writing the official handbook of the Decoverse, the League of Impossibilists, that will be a free download for supporters, but I'm 3/5 done and I'm already at 169 pages and 46,000 words, and that's just for a character Bible. Holy cats. That is great, John. That is so super. I'm excited by that. It's amazing. And Facebook hosts the page Heroes for Kids out of Perrysville, Missouri. Great group of cosplayers who use their amazing cosplay powers to benefit the kids in the community. Please invite them to your show and have them bring people in who want to see the best of cosplay. And also they sell pop culture collectibles, unique items that also go to benefit the kids in the community. And she also, with her husband Lonnie, who is Superman, by the way, and Gambit, they run a convention every year called Heroes for Kids Con, and I will be there. So will Amy Hale. I'm hoping there. I think Eric Hawkins will be there. It's going to be a great affair, and we are going to have fun. Brian Rodman returns and says, thank you so much for the support, my friend. Well, I'm glad to, Brian. Brian's got to stick together, right? I'll be sure to post on your page. Much appreciated. Well, I appreciate you using us as a forum here. We do appreciate your creativity, and you're just an awesome guy. You're just an all-around good fella, and we're glad to love what you're. Oh, I just hit the wrong button. Damn it. Anyway, love what you're doing here, and happy to be a part of this great community. Rock on. Hey, Brian, you rock too, man, and we're glad to have you as a part of it. And that's part of the rising tide here. We don't want to be a cult, sound like a cult or anything. But the thing is, it's just a way of thinking where you raise other people, and if other people look out for everyone else, then we all get taken care of, right? Let's say we have 3 people in the room, and I look out for the other 2, and then number 1 looks out for the other 2, and number 2 looks out for the other 2. Suddenly, even though I'm looking out for other people, I've now got twice the amount of support I did before. See how that works? And it's always, what can I do for someone else and not for myself? John B. Pica says, also, it is New Comic Book Day. Lots of great indie stuff out this week. Lots of #1 issues. Go support your local comic book shop and support print. Definitely. Yeah, I'm going to be making my way to my shop either today or tomorrow, because it's always a treat. I love my shop. I really do. Also, don't forget tonight, Comics Cubed in Kokomo, Indiana. On the Comics Cubed in Kokomo page is going to have another video show where they sell not only this week's releases, but also stuff from their basement that's looking for a new home and some unique items. And also, he is constantly buying collections, Sean Hilton is. And if you see something, sometimes he does preview videos, and if you see something you like, let him know, and he will pull up. If he sees it in time, he will put it back for you, and you can pick it up later. He does mail order and charges very reasonably. He's not out to get rich on the postage like some dealers. So anyway, it comes with my highest endorsement. Please check him out. And I want to say good morning to Tyrone Tony Reed Jr. Glad to see you, my friend. TyroneTonyReedJr.com. Great work. Check out his Soul Ed series. All right. And David Atkins, how in the world do you tell a story and not have it warped by the public into a story you never created? Comics is a prime example. Agatha Christie's stories are being twisted hard by Amazon. Okay, do you want to explain that last sentence? What do you mean twisted hard? Amazon just prints what's put out there. Clyde Hall, the Indelible Comics folks accepted 2 text stories for their publications and 1 comic book script for their horror comics. Check out their Facebook page and see what Dave Noe and Kevin Scott Halter are doing. Yes, check them out. That's a great outfit. They've printed many of my works in the past. And Dave Noe and Kevin Halter are great guys. They really are. And speaking of erotica, thoughts on OnlyFans? Oh, yeah, OnlyFans. Now, correct me if I've got this wrong, John, but it's kind of like the YouTube version of Patreon, where you can support a creator through monthly donations. If I have that correct. And Brian Rodman, thank you very much for posting on my page. I appreciate it. Just got the notice for that. Well done. We'll move that on to the Rising Tide page when we get off of here. Okay. Anyway, yeah, OnlyFans. It's not just erotica. It's not just adult performers, but many people are using the OnlyFans. Like some of the super users. Like a Jake Paul waste of DNA that he is. But Philip DeFranco, who does a 4 times a week newscast that I love. I'm hooked on it because it is truly fair and balanced. Unlike many other media outlets, including me, we are neither fair nor are we balanced. In fact, we're kind of unbalanced if you think about it. But anyway, I say it's fine. You know, I really don't have a negative opinion on it. Uh, it just sounds like YouTube or whoever's hosting that is just basically trying to cash in on Patreon. But John, I'd welcome your opinion on it. In fact, if any of you who are familiar with it, I'd love to hear what you have to say. Here we go. Robert Batey, first time plug for me. Well, good. Get out the power strip because we got Robert Batey making a plug for something he's doing. He's awesome and deserves it. Are you a fan of old school home decorators? Then follow my Halloween build at the Batey Family Halloween display on Facebook. Please check that out. Oh, Robert, send me an invite. If I'm not there already, I gotta follow that. That is so cool. I love that idea. And a round robin would be fun, said Amy Hill. Yeah, I'm thinking so. It could get silly. It could get real silly real fast, but I'm thinking it could be a lot of fun. I'm going to set it up one of these times, and I'm thinking we're going to do a special. We're going to do a special thing on it, and we may do it on only YouTube. Mostly so it doesn't get out. I don't want it widely disseminated before we get the book ready. So, but yeah, we'll we could do that. And we might even do like like maybe a crowdfunding campaign also to raise money for the charity. And if we do it more than once, I'm willing to accept different charities. I do have one that's near and dear to my heart, and that is St. Baldrick's Foundation, which is an organization that raises money to fund research into a cure for childhood cancers. And I know everybody else has their own their own charity, and maybe what we'll do is maybe have regular publications, and I could lead the first one, just to work out the bugs, so to speak. And then maybe like Amy, maybe 1 month you'll start it and kind of shepherd it, and I'll just be running the buttons here on StreamYard. I think we got something going here. And John B. Pica says, "Love that round robin story idea. I want in. You got an invite, brother. You seriously do." And all dance floors in Nashville are closed. We are drowning here. Yeah, you guys are due to your population. You're probably a hot spot. And the thing is, here in Tippecanoe County, here in Indiana, we have been, we've not been the worst county. We've not been the best. We're kind of like, the, the top of the bottom and the bottom of the top. We're kind of the cream of the crap. But we are starting to see a serious spike in COVID cases as of the last couple of weeks. And this week, the Purdue students report back for duty. So we are well and truly screwed. I will be wearing my mask every time I go out. I will probably be wearing my mask when I answer the door, if I deign to. So we'll see what happens there. But anyway, John, keeping you guys in our thoughts, Robert, you guys and gals in Illinois, all of you, we are in challenging times, and all things considered, we've got so many crises going on at once that it'll be good to get this behind us. So everybody, please send positive thoughts for a vaccine soon, which won't do the anti-vaxxers any good. But anyway, Carl Westman, excuse me while I fetch Carly some coffee. You damn well better if you want to live, buddy. And Eric Hawkins, Pritzker, step forward. What was that? Taking the toilets out of his mansion to commit tax fraud and then still got elected? Chicago. No, seriously, man. It's like, to give you an idea of Illinois politics, we talk about north of I-80. Interstate 80 runs along the northern quarter from east to west through Illinois. And on the north side of that, in fact, a little bit on the south too, Chicago. And Chicago has the highest concentration of population in the state. And correct me if I'm wrong, Eric and Robert. I could be wrong, but I think they've got more people in the Chicago metropolitan area, which actually includes part of Indiana too, believe it or not. But the thing is, they pretty much have controlled politics for the better part of a century in Illinois. And there's more people up there than downstate, so it doesn't really matter what the downstaters do. Downstate is everything south of I-80, pretty much, or anything that's not Chicago. So yeah, so that's why we've had, like, out of the last 1, 2, 10, I think of the last 10 governors of the state of Illinois, I think only 6 of them, or only 4 of them, excuse me, have not been charged with a crime. And some, like Rod Blagojevich from about 10 years ago, actually have served jail time for it. So anyway, and it's like a lot of this crap goes on, and it's an open secret. So yeah, I hadn't heard that about the toilets though. But yeah, it's a usual thing. That's why a lot of people hate old white guys, because that's who's running the state of Illinois. I admire the spirit of the law, but isn't that a law already if you just hit someone doing their job? Yes, it is, but I think Christian Basil, the governor of Illinois, is trying to apply additional punishments for it, which I'm all for, because all these guys and gals are doing, 1, are their job, 2, trying to keep people safe. And Brian, you did a bad thing, says David Atkins. Oh, what did I do now? The amount of words I rhyme with Nantucket is not polite to repeat here, and would not be safe to post here, and my mind won't let it go now. Ha ha! Mission accomplished, David. I got you. John B. Pike said, so I found a box of 3.5 diskettes that have art and story ideas that I haven't seen since 2000. It is a treasure. I agree. And yes, I already had an external USB disk drive. Don't ask me why. It's because you had forethought, my brother. It's because you had forethought. That is, man, I've still got a stack of 3.5s. I really do. I finally transferred all my 5.5s onto the 3.5s, and then we went to disk. And now, a lot of computers now don't even have a disk drive. So yeah, I've got to get myself an external drive. Just get the crap off of those things. I don't know that I've got anything good, but I've got those things, and I want to make sure. Carl Witzman says that's what I Christian. But maybe it was only a misdemeanor. Yeah, could be. And Philip Thompson says, found a ghostwriter for my story. Excellent. Good work, Philip. I hope you too create something amazing. I'm sure you will. And Rick Bradley, good morning, Nevermorians. Good morning to you, Rick Bradley. And thank you for showing up last night. And Rick Bradley helped make Jen Thompson cry. It was amazing. Yes, please check out Clever Title pending last night. We had the amazing Jen Thompson of Neoleaf Press and the Indie Author Book Expo on, and I was telling her how she's really inspired some people like Rick Bradley. She published his very first piece of fiction after he decided to go pro. And dude, do you realize we've known each other only a year? Rick, how far you have come, my brother. How far you have come. And Jessica Johnson says, headed back to work. Everyone have a great day. Love and hugs to you and Cookie. Mwah, and hugs right back to you and your family. Have a great day, Jessica. Amy Hale says, if you want to see the blurb we've been discussing, come join us in Hale's Angels. That's right. And she's going to start broadcasting again soon. That's going to be a total treat. That is going to be great. And Douglas Deck, thank you, Douglas, for showing up last night. Jen was really thrilled that you did. I drive a TARDIS. My Nissan Cube is bigger on the inside. Good man, because we were discussing TARDIS. We didn't discuss Doctor Who yesterday on the show, where we kind of went off the path the week before, much to the consternation of the non-Whovians among us. But they're in the minority, so screw them. Anyway, and they don't agree with us. Eric Hawkins, Brian has been so lucky to find an artist to occasionally collaborate with that draws more pro than indie. Hang on to those coattails, old man. We are going places. Dude, I figure also I have set you up with a couple of gigs too. So I aim, you pull the trigger. How's that sound? All right. And I am glad if I've got an inch of coattail that you can ride it for all it's worth, brother. Yeah, Eric is my frequent collaborator. In fact, if you back the Hybrid Sons of God's trade paperback project on Indiegogo, and you'll see a link to it on my page, help them get to their stretch goals, because I happen to know a certain pair of frequent collaborators who might have a very wonderful story in there involving chlorine and trash man. It's going to be fun. And I'm very pleased with that story. And there he is, the one, the only Phil Locklear. Grumble, sniff, snarl, scratch, stretch, growl. Morning, y'all. Well, good morning, Phil. Glad you're up before the crack of noon. Good to see you, man. And it'll be good to see you this coming Saturday night at 11 p.m. I will be joining Demon Phil's broadcast on the Book of Faces, and we are going to have fun, and it's going to be no filters, I am sure. Do you want to see me without a filter? Brace yourself. Anyway, because I don't care if I screw up someone else's show. Anyway, and Phil's going, wait a minute, what? Johnny Pica says crowdfunding delivers a product or multiple products. It also allows fans to be engaged with the creative process. It gives them investment in the project, definitely, and more one-on-one contact with the creator. My good friend Francesco, who recently had his very first crowdfunding campaign, and it was so very successful. He got 50. He did like 150% of what he was asking for, and he was pretty ambitious too. But anyway, he did a fantastic job of that. My buddy Francesco, my dear friend Francesco, I'm so proud of him, and I supported that too. But yeah, it gives us more one-on-one as creators with our audience. Plus, they have more access to us. But Francesco says he actually gets more positive vibe from his Patreon supporters than he does from Facebook, because Facebook is just anybody. They don't have to support you, but with Patreon, the people that interact with you there are people that genuinely care for you, that care about what you're doing, and that is precious. That is freaking gold. And speaking of gold, there is my man there, Mr. Pops Van Zandt. Pops, it's a pleasure as always, my friend. And hashtag Hail Brian, hashtag Hail Pops. All right. And hashtag Hail Crom. CromCon 6 is coming up soon. That is going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to look forward to seeing that. And check out the Facebook events page, and I think you're going to find something on CromCon. Please check out that virtual convention. It is way too cool. In fact, you may have to take a test to make sure that you have the proper amount of midichlorians in order to be able to cope with its amazingness. Okay. Rick Radley says, I'm going to definitely use Indiegogo to fund a novel at some point in time. Yeah, definitely, Rick. I do recommend Indiegogo. I've been doing some research in the last couple of weeks. Kickstarter is not the platform. It really is not. I think it's part of that all or nothing aspect of it. But I saw like 3 book proposals last week on Kickstarter. Now, granted, it can change from day to day, but here's the thing. Now, here's one thing going against all 3 of those campaigns. The people running them were asking for insane amounts of money. It's like, are you trying to hire like a dead art, like Vincent van Gogh to do your cover with a new painting? You've got enough money to resurrect them or something. One person was asking for $50,000 for their goal, and I'm like, that's insane. Why are you asking people to give you basically a year or 2 worth of an executive salary to put out your book? That's just nuts. If I were to do that on Kickstarter, I would have a much more modest goal in mind. In fact, I'm going to go to Indiegogo, in which case, if you make your goal, and Eric Hawkins, please correct me if I'm explaining this wrong. You've explained to me so many times. Hopefully, part of the right stuff sank in. But if you make your goal, you can actually set up a storefront of sorts and sell from there, which I think is a beautiful thing. So that's why I'm going to go Indiegogo. I saw more writers there, and while that's not exactly an ideal platform too, I did see some of them succeeding, but they were asking also for more modest goals. And mine would be, I'm strongly thinking about doing it for Doc Saga, mostly so I can expand my view, because it's amazing how many people go to the crowdfunding platforms to look for new stuff to read and enjoy, and music and movies. It's really a wonderful platform for discovering new stuff. When we, Eric and I, we've done Kickstarters, and we were amazed by how many people it tells you where you get your pledges from, what platform they were on before they came to you. And yeah, Facebook does a lot of, drives a lot of people to Kickstarter, but we were both knocked out by how many people were cruising Kickstarter looking for something like what we were offering. That was mind-blowing. Serious boomage there. But anyway, yeah, definitely, Rick. Definitely. If you need any help on it, let me know. And fund, not find. See, aren't you glad I can interpret you, man? I speak Bradleyese. David Atkins, how did humanity last this long with everything and everyone in history? I find that only villains are remembered now. Is there a hero in history now who are remembered without someone hating them? Everyone's got enemies, David. Wow, we are in a mood today, brother. You take that happiness animal right now, young man. And Lawrence Everett says Rick Bradley is drawing a steampunk dinosaur on a space station for my pulp reality story, and it looks so good. Oh man, I got in touch with my artist for my Captain Hawkins story, and I'm not going to tell you the whole thing. I'm just going to give you 2 words. He captured the look of the 2 words that I think sold the pitch. Clockwork Pirate. Okay, I said that. Charles told me to get busy. So anyway, John B. Pica says, I like the idea of the episodic first draft fiction. That's a great way to engage fans. It gives them an exclusive sneak peek under the hood of your creative process. That's why I'm doing the story behind the story character bios on our Patreon. And I think that's brilliant too, John. You and I have talked about this. We're both huge fans of the old Who's Who in the DC universe, and especially the official handbook of the Marvel universe. That is and that's something that when I started Scarlet Trace, I've already started the Bible for it. That every time I write a character, no matter how insignificant, that they are going to get a page and an illustration in this thing. So, and I've got other plans too along that line. I think people are going to dig. But if you're excited by what John B. Pica and I've been talking about, and you should be, I've seen it. John's been feeding me sneak peeks at it, and I'm like, I'm gonna just come out and say it. I get excited, and I'm not the only one that shares the excitement.
So let's go.
Ooh.
Oh.
My nippies got hard.
Okay, maybe I'm not as excited as Meredith Longren there, but I'm excited just the same. David Atkins, I want a great feel-good story that will have me reminded of the spite and vulgarity that will not have me reminded of the spite and vulgarity that this world is full of. Where do you find a story similar to the feel-good movement when Peter married MJ? Well, let me see. I've got a candidate here. I really do. If you're setting me up for compliments, yeah. Here's one for you. The original Skyman battles the Master of Steam just before World War II. A Nazi in steam-driven armor is kidnapping the great scientists of North America to take back to Berlin to conquer the world. But when Alan Turner's uncle is kidnapped, Alan becomes the amazing Skyman, two-fisted science detective. This has a beautiful cover there by the great Pat Boyette and an introduction by comics icon and historian Roy Thomas. And this is, if you want that feel-good book, dude, that is the one. If you don't have it already, you need to get it. And so does everyone who is watching this very program. And it's available on Amazon. Please check it out in both paperback and digital form. Amazon film of Agatha Christie's Pale Horse, ABC Murder, says David Atkins, and so many others they have created with her name on it are nothing like the story. As a major fan of hers, I'm very upset about it. Well, that's the thing. I get that way about comic books to a certain degree that like I gave up Superman after the New 52 had been around for a couple of years, and they got a couple of writers on there. Well, one in particular, Greg Pak, whose work I do like. I loved his Hulk. His Hulk was fantastic at Marvel, but I did not care for his Superman because it's part of the thing I see in a lot of contemporary comic creators that they want to be the one to do the first time somebody meets somebody. So, they're always rewriting how Superman met Lex Luthor, for instance, because they want to be the first one, or how Superman came to be, because they want to be the first one, even though it's been done like dozens of times in the 80 plus years that Superman has been a thing. So I despair. So yeah, I feel your pain, but I think it's part of that sometimes people just, when they adapt a work for another medium, that they want to put their spin on it. Now I can see updating things, I can see changing things for a modern audience. For instance, I'm hearing good things about I think it's Netflix has a thing, Cthulhu County or no, Lovecraft County, something like that, where basically they are addressing the misogyny and the prejudice of the work of H.P. Lovecraft, while not denying the freaking incredible talent of the man. So anyway, it's being compared to Watchmen. John B. Pica, OnlyFans was created by the porn industry. It is like Patreon for adult content. A lot of cosplayers have moved to OnlyFans. Well, John B. Pica, you know this as well as I do. A number of cosplayers were using Patreon for the very same thing. That do you like the way I portray, say, Harley Quinn? Well, if you want to see my special pictures, give me $20 a month, sort of thing. And a number of cosplayers have gone that route, that they provide exclusive adult, we'll call it, erotic material. And I know of one cosplayer that she had a really good reputation here in the Midwest until she started doing that. And then when people were saying, do you really want that? Do you realize how that could really backfire on you down the way? And she basically said, well, I decided to do this instead of having a 9-to-5 job. This is the only way I can make money because my cosplay isn't paying me. And she's no longer a part of that community anymore. And she's now part of the adult entertainment industry. And there's nothing wrong with that. And I don't have anything bad to say about the adult entertainment industry. But, it's like, you got to expect some pushback from it. So they shouldn't be surprised. But John B. Pica says, in other news, my ghost tour company, Nightly Spirits, just hit #1 in the National USA Today poll. Well, congratulations, John. Well done, sir. Well done. And speaking of well done, there's Philip Blockler, Demon Nation Unite. Join today and learn about up-and-coming creative talent and never miss a show. Share the support to get the exposure for my guests out there. And keep it indie, y'all, and check it out on YouTube. Looking forward to that, Phil, and waiting for the link and everything to join you on that. Okay, and check out Demon Phil's show. It is great stuff. It is, and he's a cool guy. And I look forward to Saturday night at 11 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Central. And David Atkins says, "What is the best feel-good moments in comics? Susan and Reed getting married." When Ghost Rider gets saved by Christ, that moment when the lizard realized what he did to Peter and apologized. Oh man, so many. And if Lois and Clark getting married, I had a recent one with I think it was Batman #38 by Tom King, where Lois and Clark, along with Bruce and Selena, go on a double date together. That was a good issue. That was a lot of fun. Nashville, says John B. Pica, was a hotspot because of the tourist industry. Just downtown, we have over 500 venues that offer live music from morning to night that are closed. No one is coming here now. It is a crisis. It is. Fortunately, a lot of musicians are taking to YouTube, for instance, and doing live broadcasting. A number of them are finding ways to make this dang crisis work. We've done it ourselves. This is, it's a trying time, so it's time to try anything, right? To keep above board. Crowdfunding marketing with a superfan's perspective, says Phil Blockler. If you need marketing, promoting, consulting, or management, please look into Dark Enterprises today. And check that out on the Demon Nation Facebook page. I have to look into that myself. Always looking for new ideas. And David Atkins says, I have to get ready for tomorrow. Not sure how bad this is going to go. Finding a lot more issues. My body is not cooperating for the last few days. Surgery set for tomorrow, but may not happen now. David, whatever, keep us posted, okay? And our prayers and our love go with you, David. Seriously, we hope you come out of it better than before. And we hope your pain goes away in the positive sense, okay? Rick Bradley says, here in West Frankfort, our entire fire department, Sonic Drive-In, and a few people in the school system school admin building have my Sharona Miley Cyrus. My neighbor who practices social distancing and wears a mask also has tested positive. Yeah, it's one of those things. You let your guard down for 1 minute. It's like pregnancy or one of those things. You get sloppy 1 minute and it has ramifications. Vigilance is its own reward. Man, I feel for you guys, and I hope everybody comes out the other side okay. Seriously, Rick, keep us posted, all right? You stay safe too, brother. Went to get the test yesterday, and the rapid response one was negative, but still waiting on the state test for the next few days. I blame the people that aren't following social distancing and wearing masks. I do too. And I know some people feel it's an intrusion on their rights. I don't, I'm sorry. Unless we've got something better, the scientists say, and it's the scientists, it's not the government. Because God knows our government has been telling us for months. It's the opposite. Y'all don't need to wear a mask. Y'all just go out and kickstart the economy. And if we kill some old people just so I don't have to pay higher taxes next year, oh, that's okay. So not that we're getting political on here. And anyone with a differing opinion can just go find another podcast to watch. Anyway, we are delighted to see the one, the only, the lovely Sarah. Mwah! Hello there to you, darling. Haven't talked to you in a few days. Hope you're doing well, sweetie. Good to see you as always. Everyone stays stronger than me. David Atkins, no, you stay as strong as us. You got that together. We can get through this. My whole body is making just getting up hurt now. Hug those who you can, because you do not know when they may not be there. Keep a smile and a prayer available at all times. Well, brother, we've always got one for you. David, you stay positive, man. That's the key. And know that the love of the Nevermorians follows you, okay? And keep us posted on your progress, all right? And, oh, my goodness, Sarah, you just made one lonely man's day already. Sarah, flirting just got upgraded. Uh-oh, look out. He's spending the extra points on his flirt right now. Roll your dice, sir, and hope you don't get a critical failure. And and there we go. Never mind the Furthermore. That's it. That's us. I aim, you pulled the trigger, and that's how I lost my virginity. Moving on from Christian Basil. Phil Thompson. Who's your inspiration in writing? Phil Thompson. This is going to sound corny, but it's a lot of you. Amy Hale, Kathy Jackson, Michaela Jade. Just my circle of friends. Jen Thompson, Jason Nugent, Kenny Sills. All y'all inspire me to keep up, to try to stay in your circle because I've earned it. As far as broadcasting, oh man, again, too many. Christian Basil is probably right now my new superhero, having been on the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS and his incredible indie event Jeopardy show, which, by the way, Christian, if they tag you to do anything for indie event, I'm in. But and I got to talk to some of your guests about being on Clever Title Pending, and including you. But anyway, I've got a lot of inspirations. I really do. And of course, Cookie. She inspires me. My friends inspire me. Anyone who tells me they like what I do and to keep doing it, that inspires me. And the thing is, I will say, Philip, if you're looking for fame in the creative arts, if that's your inspiration, that's fine. If it's to make money, that's fine too. Just entertaining other people and inspiring other people, illuminating their lives, that's the best. And I try to inspire myself, because if I don't do it, there's some days inspiration's tough to find. So I've got to be my own inspiration to always rise above. Kafefe, everyone. So anyway, Rick Bradley, Marvin loves his family. After his dad passed and his mother carried on, let's see. Oh, excuse me. Let me start over, Rick. I apologize. Rick Bradley says Marvin loves his family. After his dad passed, he and his mother carried on, but every family has secrets. While in the clutches of an ancient forest spirit, the judge, Marvin's soul is laid bare. Will it shatter his mind? Find out in Rick Bradley's Marvin's Night Out, the introduction to his Eden Falls trilogy, available in digital and paperback form on Amazon. Check out that address there and buy several copies. And hashtag bring Cookie home, hashtag keep Cookie home. Robert Batey, thank you, brother. Always appreciate it, my man. Seriously, I appreciate it. And that's still the goal, even with the new job. Rick Bradley, come and check out his author page at rbradley42 on Facebook. And he hopes to see you there because he posts some funny things and updates to his upcoming projects. And he has a website at authorrickbradley.com. Check it out. Let's see what we can do to catch up with you wonderful people now. And Christian Basil says, bring Cookie home. Hashtag keep Cookie home. Hashtag kick Brian out. That's her goal. That is her goal. She is sick of taking care of me. I don't blame her. And Cindy kept, good morning, news guys. Hey, girlfriend, how are you? Good to see you, Cindy, as always. Oh, I'm excited. Please check out ckoepp.com. Cindy Kep's great website. She has her work for sale there. And you can also sign up for the best newsletter in the industry at ckoepp.com. Also check out amazon.com and Bear Publications, especially her brand new book, Animal Eye, which is up for an award, as is Amy Hale and Aaron Casey in a poll for people that we're going to be setting up at PenCon. And I voted. I wasn't on that list. Anyway, I didn't really publish much last year that was Rising Tide, unfortunately. So anyway, John B. Pike, I have never done a successful campaign on Kickstarter, but did a successful Indiegogo back in 2011 to fund a theater tour for Big Daddy Cool and the Bombshell Kittens. Well, there you go. Well, I had a friend recently do one to fund the opening of a brick and mortar bakery. She decorates cakes in the Cape Girardeau area. And she raised quite a bit of money doing that. Got a real leg up on that. John B. Pica, but we only asked for $1,500. Well, that's the key. I think asking for a modest amount is good, especially when you're just starting. If you do it regularly, and my last campaign was 2.5 years ago. So this one would be just basically to cover my costs. And then anything extra, kind of split up between me and the contributors. But or setting up for the next project. But no, if you've got something, hey, it's going to cost you maybe, let's be really extravagant and say it's going to cost you, say, $2,000 to fund. Don't be asking for $50,000. People see through that crap, okay? And Andrew Bouveau, and I hope I said that correctly, watching us from YouTube. Glad to see you here, Anthony. Be careful with Facebook. They are doing verifications now that make it hard to use Facebook. I haven't had access for 2 weeks now. Others have been running into this too. Yeah, I've been hearing about that, and I hear it's a major pain in the backside that they're taking. Well, YouTube has been doing it too, where you have to send in like personal information, like a copy of your driver's license and such, to the powers that be in order to, if you're locked out or something. But Anthony, we're glad you're here. Thank you for watching us on YouTube. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell so you can be alerted to future appearances, because we got stuff going on there. Cindy Cap, if you need stuff to read, here's a good place to get it. She recommends Smashwords and Brian K. Morris. Thank you, Cindy. And also check out Cindy Kip's work. She is an amazing person. And this is Anthony Bove. Hi, Brian. Miss talking with you. Well, Anthony, I miss you too, man. I thought that was you from the name and all. Anyway, it's good to see you. And please, if you got anything to promote, man, you know what you got to do here. It's good to see you. Hope you make us a habit again. We love seeing you here. And Cindy kept, hey, here too. And go to Amazon to look for my stuff. And we've got all kinds of stuff with new material coming down the pike. Hopefully have Doc Saga out before the end of the year. And John B. Pica, David has been in a mood for a while. Yeah, I know, and I hate seeing it, but he's going through a lot of pain, and I get it. I really do. And I kind of tease him. I hope he knows that I mean it with love. And I hope he gets that happiness in him. It will cheer him up. Let's not ask why. Anyway, Cindy Cap, great show last night. Y'all done good. Thank you, Cindy Cap. I appreciate that. Yes, please check out Clever Title Pending last night. Jen Thompson was a joy, and Jen is gonna be on the show pretty frequently. She had a great time. I had a great time, and she and I had a little rough row this year. We were both having issues, and they both kind of did this, but we mended fences, and now we're tighter than ever. We really are. I love her. She is awesome. I want to get some of my Illinois and Missouri people to get to know her because she's fantastic. And she put out an incredible pair of books last year, one of which I'm in, so y'all should buy it. The Nightmare Collective. Also, Rick Bradley's in there, Douglas Deck. Let's see, do I still have a copy here? I put it down somewhere. Oh, I'm such a goof. Oh, here it is. The Nightmare Collective, available on Amazon in digital and paperback form. Look at that group of talented people there. Jennifer Thompson, Jolene Naylor, Whitley. Who? Brian K. Morris? Oh, okay, sure. Douglas Deck, Cassie Albee, Joshua Howell, and Rick Bradley. That's right. Check that out. That's a really good book. I read it, and I am excited to be in it. I really am. And Philip Thompson says, which book is your bestseller? That is easy. That is easy, Philip. It is Sanderstein. And I happen to have a copy right here. Always keep your props ready, people. Sanderstein, I have sold a lot of copies. I don't tell how many copies. That's between me and the IRS and Cookie. But anyway, Sanderstein was our first paperback release in 2013. Being the brilliant marketers we were, we released a holiday book in March. Yep. And but anyway, it's gone on to sell in not just America and Canada, but also Great Britain, Germany, Japan, China, all kinds of places. And anyway, it's been good to us. So anyway, Sanderstein is far and away our best-selling book. Charles F. Millhouse, I saw you sneaking in there. How you doing? We've been talking about pulp reality so far. Good to see you, my brother. And Cindy Cap, you should get excited about the vintage cartooniness of Bill Sarn Art 76, where everything old is new again at the artwork of Bill Sarn. Check him out. And also his art is for hire. You can do this thing. And the Feel Good book, are we talking about spine licking again? With any luck, we are. Which, by the way, Jen Thompson got a glimpse of a spine lickage last night and was appropriately horrified. And Sarah, I've got to load your clip and I've got them. Thank you, Carl. Your clip of spine licking and Michaela Jade. We've got to load that into the queue here. I think Meredith Logren is going to be horrified when she sees how many videos I've got here. Anyway, Amy Hale says, I've got to get back to writing. You all have a wonderful day. Mwah. Amy, love you, hun. Hope you have a great day. All my love to you and the family. We'll be talking soon, I promise. Cindy Kemp, and after you read the original Skyman battles the Master of Steam, go get Amazon reviews made less impossible to find out everything else you need to know about writing a review. Yes, thank you, Cindy. Thank you for mentioning that. Our big book from last year was Amazon Book Reviews Made Less Impossible, where we not only tell you why it's important to write a review for your favorite authors. Hi, kids. But also we give you a template that allows you to do it easily and quickly. So please check it out. And if you're a writer, we also tell you why you ought to be asking for reviews more often. David Atkins says, John B. Pica, the cancel culture goes both ways. I've been banned from groups because I do not support the Comicsgate movement. I lost a publishing deal and a long-term magic gig because of cancel culture. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people have experienced that. And John, I am sorry for that. And, that is one of the reasons why I refuse to, say which camp I'm in. Although I will tell you which camp I'm in as far as that goes. I'm in neither one, and I'm going to stay that way. Now, I know some friends who are getting support from Comicsgate, and I do have friends who are social justice warriors. And as long as we can have a civil conversation, such as you and I have, John, and John, you and I both know we are not on the same page on a few issues, but we don't care. At least I don't, because you're a creative guy, you are intelligent, you are passionate about what you do, and I respect the hell out of that. I really do. You put your best foot forward, you are supportive of other people, and you're always looking for new ways to be creative. Man, how could I not admire that? How can I not want to be your friend, right? And the same way, it's like I'm a libertarian, and yet I get along with Democrats. I get along with the liberals. I'm just down the middle as far as I try to be. And and I think the Comicsgate thing is, it's kind of tragic. I really do. I see where some of the, how shall we say, the non-extreme ends of both the SJW movement and the Comicsgate in comic books. They've got some right ideas. I really agree with them. I have a foot in both camps, if anything. But as is, I'm not going to commit one to the exclusion of the other. And all I want to do is write really fun books and do short stories and create comic books that a lot of people want to read, and we'll take them away from this damn world for a few minutes. That's what I want to do. I don't care about politics. And I got my own agendas, all right? And don't focus your energy on anger and bitterness. Redirect your energy into creating the kind of things you want to see. Amen to that, John. How could I not love that? Seriously. And as HBO has Lovecraft County, you can tell I don't subscribe to any of them, can't you? In fact, I just yesterday bought 2 DVDs, and one is season 12 of Doctor Who, and the other one was a Doctor Who related one of the animated shorts, the animated shows related to Doctor Who, such as a couple of episodes where they used animation to fill in the missing pieces of shows, like I think it's Power of not Power, was it Power of the Daleks, to finish out the Patrick Troughton ones that they have in existence, and the of course the legendary Shada. It is the one episode that was never finished, a Tom Baker episode written by Douglas Adams of the the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy trilogy of 5 books or so. But anyway, but it's a fantastic show, and also before Doctor Who came back to TV in 2005, they were going to continue it as a series of limited animation shorts on the interwebs, and they got Richard E. Grant to play the Doctor, and Sophie Okonoda, or I mispronounced her name, the lady who played Liz 10 during the Matt Smith era. They were going to be the Doctor and his companion, and it was a brilliant show. And it got acknowledged in the books. It was kind of fun. But Lovecraft County sounds like something I would be interested in. Sounds good. John B. Pica continues. Patreon cracked down some on adult content. That's why OnlyFans was created. Okay. Yeah, and I noticed that Patreon also has annoyed some other contributors because they pay attention to what you do on social media. And that's how Onision, who is another scumbag on the interwebs, on YouTube, he is in all the trouble he deserves right now, allegedly. And he was kicked off of Patreon because he doxed somebody on Twitter. And I've heard of several other people who have used other social platforms destructively and gotten their Patreon, basically taken away from them. So I kind of like that on Patreon. I was wondering when porn would show up. Who was that, by the way? What, my friend? I don't remember what name she goes under anymore. It's been a long time since I've had any contact with her. Joe, go John. Go John, says Cindy Kep, our cheerleader in chief. And I got to run, says John B. Pike. I got a health insurance crisis to tend to. Have a great day, John B. Pike. Thank you, brother, for being here. Thank you for your contributions. And thank you for being you, man. We hope to see you on Friday. What? Out of a break already, Drats? I'll catch up with you later. In the meantime, go to bearpublications.com and get some great sci-fi and fantasy. Mostly Cindy Kep, who's got an amazing Animal Eye book out right now. You got to pick it up. It looks good. I've been seeing part of the storyline, and there's some surprises to come. Cindy, mwah, we'll be talking to you later. I hope you have a great day. And get sloppy for 1 minute. Only 1 minute? Well, it depends on if you got a mop nearby, Christian. And Charles F. Millhouse just stopping in to say hi, off to get some stuff done. I should do that one of these days, too. Charles, how you doing, man? And don't forget stormgatepress.com. Pulp Reality, and a brand new horror magazine just released. I'm going to get a copy of that from you at KokomoCon. Bring extras. And Philip Thompson, we answered that earlier. What's my bestseller? Don't forget, we sometimes have a lag between the time you write your comment and the time we get around to saying it, because we are having a conversation. And Robert Batey, I got to give props to Jason David Frank, who played Tommy Oliver, the original green and white Power Ranger. He has started the Power Ranger Protection Program, in which he is showing up at comic shops for free signing autographs and help them make some money for shops who are having a hard time during the pandemic. You know what? I hear nothing but good about Jason David Frank. He sounds like one hell of a great guy. And good on him for doing that. Seriously, good on him. Carl Witzman, it should be near the top of the licked pile. Yeah, I've got them I've got them in a file, Carl, and thank you. I just haven't uploaded them for use here yet. Unfortunately, everyone's given me permission. I do remember Sarah saying I could do it, so to speak. Take a drink, Christian. Rick Bradley, Jen gave me an ego boost when she said she was surprised that was my first published work. That happened last night on Clever Title Pending. Please watch that show. So I guess I'm a pretty good writer. At least that's what I'm told. Hey, that's what I've been telling you, man. If you don't believe me, you can believe Jen Thompson. And the Screams of Shulka. Thank you. I knew Christian would know that. Richard E. Grant was dubbed the Ninth Doctor until Eccleston came in the 2005 reboot. Yeah, and I remember the last book that BBC Books was going to write. Lance Parkin did. When Target had their line, he wrote the final book. It was the only one of the books that and this is not related to the retail outlet, but the British publisher who had licensed Doctor Who and had been releasing novelizations of the episodes. And then when they ran out of episodes, they started doing original work. Well, he wrote the only Eighth Doctor book in the whole line, and then it switched to one of the major characters, the companion from earlier books. But anyway, in there, when the BBC stopped doing the original Doctor line for a while, and they had caught up and they were doing the last Eighth Doctor book, there was a moment where he's in the TARDIS and he's looking at potential time streams and he's seeing where he goes. Now, of course, this was before the War Doctor, but he was noticing the various pathways his life could take. And one of them was the Richard E. Grant version of the Doctor from Scream of the Shulka. And the other one was him with far shorter hair, an angry expression, and a leather jacket and a T-shirt. And he smiled, knowing his fate was in good hands. And Robert Batey says, "Heaven had contact, drink." Yeah. Anyway, Philip Thompson says, "I met Jeff in Lexington Con 2 times. Oh, very, very cool. I want to get down there sometime. That sounds like fun. Lexington's only about 5 hours from me." Christian Basil, Sylvie would move on to play Liz 10 in the episode The Beast Below. Also, I believe that the either the last episode of that season or the penultimate episode too. She just had a cameo in that one. Yes, because didn't she contact Vincent Van Gogh in the like next to last episode or the last episode? But anyway, yeah, Sophia was a great companion. That's a great show, and what they did with the Master was very, very clever. I really wanted to see more of it. And I want to say Gary Russell wrote that. And if you don't know who Gary Russell is, he is a major fan turned Doctor Who writer. Plus, he's been a showrunner, I think, for some of the British soaps like EastEnders and stuff. But I think he wrote that episode. He also, if I remember correctly, he did the original novel and the two-parter where the Doctor becomes human. And she kept the painting. Yes, Christian. Thank you. Thank you. Sometimes I just can't think of this when I'm on the air. But anyway, very, very cool. And to reward Christian for his meritorious behavior, definitely when you're checking out things to entertain you, if you're a Doctor Who fan, you've got to check this out.
This is the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to us wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. Also catch us on the HWWS Web TV YouTube channel. Subscribe today and become part of the legend.
TARDIS mind the Sonic more. There we go. Everything is Doctor Who when Christian and I are in the house. Anyway, check out the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. It started out humbly and now is 37,000 followers on Facebook, a strong following on YouTube, and one of the slickest shows I've ever been on. I love it, and we're going to see some changes that are inspired by Christian, because Christian's an inspiring kind of guy. Even if, unlike some people, he just can't handle undue excitement. Hey, why don't you go to Google and look up dino porn? Oh, I see you already did. Okay, great. So anyway, we've mentioned dino porn. We are now in the throes of the blazing dumpster fire going down the flooded river in the middle of the street. And yeah, we want to hear everything you've got to say, Gordon. Oh, Gordon, you potty mouth, you. Oh, you little scamp. But anyway, yeah, it is. It's supposed to be like the TARDIS, but more. It is like the Titanic. But anyway, I hear somebody coming in downstairs. It better be Cookie. Uh, anyway, I think we're going to call it quits here at this point. And we hope you all enjoy your Wednesday. Thank you for helping me get through my hump day, and we hope we've helped you get through yours. And today is a great day for being creative. We hope you'll take advantage of it. And David Atkins, our thoughts and prayers go with you as you enter into potential surgery. He's having some health problems dealing with an infection in his gums. And I believe that's what he told us the other day. So anyway, please think of David Atkins today, if you would. Send him some positive energy and prayers, if you would, please. So anyway, thank you all for being here. You've made this a fun show. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. I usually do. I usually enjoy it too much. But but other people enjoy it too. Love you, honey. I'm ending the show. Okay. All right. And Batman approves of me ending the show. I don't know how to take that. And is that a good idea? Oh, yeah. Superman thinks so. And who's number one around here? Ultraman? Well, Ultraman, it's not quite what I wanted from you. But anyway, we're going to take off. And Rick Bradley wishes everyone to take care and stay creative. I wish the same. You do the same, brother. Thank you for being here. And Robert Batey says, have a great day, everyone. Prayers, David. Thank you, Robert. And thank you for contributing the illustration that is the front piece to this show. So anyway, thank you all for being here. I do appreciate you greatly. I really do. And we hope that you have a fantastic Wednesday and that you help make it a fantastic Wednesday for someone else. And it's New Comic Day, so get to your local comic shop and support the indie press wherever you can. Check out the Kickstarters that you've seen links to in this show. There's a couple I'm going to be checking out. Check out brand new Luke Stone Kickstarter for the trade paperback of Hybrid's The Sons of Gods. And if he makes his stretch goals, I'm one of them. All right. And if you liked the Zombiful World of Oz, you will love our little contribution to the legend of the hybrids. All right. So anyway, thank you for watching Nevermind the Furthermore. We'll be back Wednesday morning at 10 a.m., 9 a.m. Central. And be sure to check out our website. Let me take this. We'll get one more comment. And sending positive and healing energies to David. Thank you, Anthony. I do appreciate that, and hope you have a fantastic day. Appreciate you coming back. Hope to see you more often, man. You're a joy. You really are. So anyway, let me set up for the next shot here. Oh, this is so slick, and we're so transparent. Anyway, please check out our website, risingtide.pub. You can sign up for our free monthly newsletter there, and the next issue will go out September 1st. We have news on where we're supposed to be appearing in October. We've got some live dates so far. We hope we'll get to see you in the midst of the My Sharona, Miley Cyrus, Peter pandemic. Also, we have special guest editorials, occasional book discounts, and special links in there that you will find enjoyable. Plus, we provide motivation, inspiration, and education with every issue. Please sign up and join the Happy Nevermorians who get information on what we're doing every week, and make sure that we don't wind up in your spam file when you do. And if you're watching on YouTube, thank you very much, and please subscribe to this channel and hit that bell. Give this video a like if you would, please, and hit that bell and click all so you'll get notification of every time we are going to be on the air. All right, and if you're watching on Facebook, please give Rising Tide Publication page a like. We've got about 2,200 people that are digging what we do because we put up content 3 or 4 times daily. All right, and we'd love to see you there as well. And in closing, this is Brian K. Morris, who is urging you all, stay smart, stay safe, wash your damn hands, and never apologize for being awesome. Thank you very much for being here on Nevermind the Furthermore. We'll see you Friday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern. We might be a couple minutes late due to an outside appointment I've got to make, but we will be here Friday morning, I promise, and we hope you are too. Have a great Wednesday, everyone.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
This is the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to us wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. Also catch us on the HWWS Web TV YouTube channel. Subscribe today and become part of the legend.
Thank you for tuning in to Nevermind the Furthermore, a Rising Tide Publications and Brian K. Morris production. Member of the Comic Book Advocating Network and sponsored by GeekInsider.com. Become part of our show with sponsorship and advertising opportunities. For details, contact advertising at GeekInsider.com or visit podcast.geekinsider.com. The Geek Insider podcast is available on your favorite app, so please hit the follow button and share it out to your friends, because if you don't, you might have to turn in your geek card.
So let's go.
Ooh.
Oh,
My nippies got hard.